guys. So last time we left off with this modification to handle dynamic children here, right? So the site can't be reached, which is because your start was not issued. Okay, so let's actually dig into what can cause the problem, because now it works, but like as you can see, on an unmount we're creating new children, which is absolutely not good. So what could be the problem is definitely with identifying what's going on, because identified by this piece of code that whether it's a new element, so it doesn't find the uniqueness in the items, and I think okay, so where is that? So the element map with values is out of the while loop, which obviously makes sense. Const element map. So I think if I can get this here, element map, and so it by default uses the index of the alternate, but what I want to do is propagate this up. Propagate this up, and what I can do if it's dynamic children, then use the alternate dot key, I think. Otherwise the alternate dot index. Let's give it a go. So we clean that up. I can increment that. I can mark it complete, and it's pretty much not doing anything. Okay, so far so good. Let's do things again. So I can increment it. It should reset it. Okay, I should be able to create to-dos. Okay, so let's create to-dos. Let's mark it complete. Let's increment this. Let's unmount, and everything is unchanged. Good. So that might just have been a problem. Let's actually test them. So we said that it has to do, as with here, stateful components affected in the static children. Let's check the dynamic children. And the way to check it is create a class element. El will stand element for element. So it will extend component, and it will have a render method which will return this bit. So instead of key, it will be this dot props dot to do dot id. It will be this dot props, this dot props, this dot props, and this dot props. So what I need to do is get rid of everything, render el to do, and toggle this dot props dot toggle. So every element in an array must have a unique key. Good catch. Good catch. You see, we already have the React vibes. So to do ID. Okay, so I should be able to mark it complete. Okay, mark it complete. Okay. So I wanna have this dot state dot value. So constructor, we need to set it up. Okay, so I wanna have another button here, which will be on click this dot set state, this dot set state, and this will be this dot state dot value plus 1, and it will just say change internal state. There's a set state, and it will be value this dot state dot value plus 1. So if I can do things like this, it's really fancy. Okay, now, so this has internal state. So now what I want to do is I will put another button here, which will be just simply remove, and it will be an instance method. So this dot remove, and I don't want to bother with things, so just simply I'm going to bind it to this. So it will have somewhat of the same logic as handle to do, so it will remove, but not gonna take any arguments, not gonna play around with any of these. So I'm just simply wanna copy dot splice, and I wanna be that copy dot length, and the important part is not get rid of the last element of the array, because I just wanna complicate things for the identification. So let's assume I want to get like 3 and just one element. Okay. Okay, so now so mark it complete is not good because it's coming from the state of a parent component, so it's eventually a prop. So we need a stateful component. So change internal state, I'm gonna bump it up to 16, and if I click on remove, that should so length dot -1 should remove clean the house, and length dot -3 should remove where did I go wrong. So I expect it to have make coffee with 0 and clean the house with 16. If it preserves the state, then we are good. If not, then we need to do something else. So, and it preserved the state. So we are done pretty good. We have an algorithm that can differentiate between unique IDs. It preserves the state. At least it seems so. Yeah, okay, so remove. Yeah, it removed the first item, and this got to the first. Yeah, okay, so it works as expected. It's disgusting at the moment. So now we know that it works, and we have a code that either dynamic, either static children, it can deal with the uniqueness of things. Let's actually let's see what changed. Okay, so I wanna add everything. So git what it is, it's change current index based on the element array is dynamic. Okay, so it's over there. Git push. So now we're good, and let's clean things up. A bit. Okay, so first of all, console logs are not really appreciated. So console, where are the console logs? So yeah, it's the rendering server. It's fine. it's not fine here. Okay, the effect is kinda good. Not good. Console log child. Console log row children. Console log child. Okay. Console log fiber. Console log item. Console log Jesus. Console log 99. Okay. So we got the console logs out. Okay. So let's go to create element and let's see what's actually going on here. So this is required for functionless children, which is fine. Then let's okay, so let's do something like okay. So we can do array indicator. Array indicator, which will be this. Okay. Good. Const child. We can do something. Well, actually, we don't need a declaration. Just simply return this line. We can do const create valid element, which can be like this. So if C equals false, so we can do can we put like C null create valid element C. So let's just add some. So child is here kind of I don't actually know what this is. It's not a React element, I think. It's not a React element. So it's like row child, and it will basically give back a row child with just some modification on it. So that is array prop to the child if it is a native array element. over it. Okay, so I think create element is good. Now what we need to do is modify the client in some way. So remove fixed element to do, just to know what it's doing. Remove fixed element to do. I don't want to bind it here because it's not the best practice, because it's gonna get bind every render, so I'd rather do it on the constructor. It only runs once. So remove, okay. But besides that, it should be okay. Meaningless component, just like have it this way. I can get rid of this. Okay, so return a div with these inside. Let's rename it to do element. Change internal state. Okay, so now if I come here, I can git add source index, git ci clean up client, git add source react create element, git ci let's name it just like clean up create element. And what is the difference? So what modifications we did with we got rid of the console logs, right? So probably that's all what we did here. So I can actually, oops, what have I done? Okay, nothing. Return git git a string, so git add and git ci remove console. And now comes the hardest part, so let's refactor some bits of the main file. C is not defined. Well, okay, what's wrong? Where C is not defined? Okay. Well, it's not what I expected, but anyways, it's not gonna matter at all. Alright, so let's clean these things here. So what changed here is quite a lot. Is dynamic children. We can have the declaration somewhere here. It is a native array or static. Okay. Well, it was quite funny to have this error, but we don't need this now. populate the map. Okay, based on the type of children we use index or keys. I think React is basically working like if you don't provide keys it falls back to index, but we kind of forcing the use of keys here. Okay, so current index has alternate. That's pretty good if they are in the same slot but types differ. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to create some let's call it alternate ref. So alternate ref will be used in commit work. Okay. All right. So what I want to do is in constants and in fiber tag, not fiber tags, fiber effect tags, I want to have a export const replace create create, and I want to have another one which is replace delete. Okay, so this is not getting exported. I'll replace create and replace delete. Okay. So it's gonna be replace create, and this is gonna be replace delete. All right. Replace create. Okay, so the branch where we sort of update components or create new ones because the identity of the elements are different. Alternate. Okay. Okay. And I think that's it. Other parts of the app were not modified. So if it's still working, Okay, it's still working. So let's go to Git. See. So first of all, git add source react create element git ci fix not having a function argument st git add source react constants git ci add constants git add everything git ci clean up main file. So now it's time to push. Also I think it's time to git stash clear, and now we should have a fairly clean tree. Splendid. So now I think it's time to fast forward master. So git master and git merge. What was the name of the dynamic children? Okay, git push. So now pretty good. Okay, so guys, that was it. I hope you enjoyed it. Sorry if it got a bit too long, but there was a lot of problem that we needed to solve. So next time I was thinking about, so there are a lot of things with some React features that we can add. I think obviously probably if you just start playing around with this code, you will break it in no time, like probably just 1 minute, and it will break because there are so many things that we need to take care of. I know a few things and I will try to fix them in the upcoming videos, but I was thinking about just recreating Redux from scratch, maybe with Redux tongue, and React Redux with a very simple implementation of React Redux, because it's quite common to use React with Redux, and try to have a very simple app with this. So maybe extracting the to-dos from the uppermost component and put it to Redux. So I think that would be fun. So see you in the next video, guys, and have a good day. Bye bye.